It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is showtime. Geno Jones showtime. Listen up. Spread the word. I come to you live Monday through Friday. Yes, live. 6:30, about 6:31 now on the East Coast, 5:31 Chicago, so 6:30 East Coast time. If you're in Chicago or down in St. Louis or Memphis or New Orleans, 5:30 out on the West Coast, live in Los Angeles, 3:30 p.m. Bay Area, Pacific Northwest, Portland, Oregon, Seattle. Come on, about 3:30 now. And if you are balling somewhere out on the island of Maui with Oprah, 1:30. Tell everybody to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Subscribe, share. You can copy and paste the link to the show. You can copy and paste it in an email, a text message. You can share and or tag everybody you know, all your followers, fans, friends, family, frenemies, folks you don't even like, folks you want to piss off. Really, folks, you like if you got like some of the MAGA cult, you really want to make their head explode. Oh, please, man, just copy the link and send them the link to this show. But tell everybody to subscribe. My new subscription goal of 1,000 additional new subscribers. So the month of October, we will be celebrating our 4th birthday. The Geno Jones Show is going to be 4 years old, 4th anniversary, the month of October. So we will kick off the celebration beginning next week. Then we will be taking a break for roughly about 5 shows, 5 days to get ready to come back because, man, the 4th year anniversary, our 4th birthday, I guess you could say it's the 4th birthday of the show. Got some really big things coming. We're going to be going the Geno Jones Show live on location. Just some of the things that's going to be coming up. So just wanted to let you know. If you would like to be an advertiser, if you'd love to be a sponsor of the Geno Jones Show, like my good friends at CM Transportation, shout out to Carissa Carter. I would love to have you as part of the Geno Jones Show family. As an advertiser or sponsor, you can email me. I have a Gmail, GenoJonesShow@gmail. Shout out to all my influencers. I'd like to partner up with you and get a collaboration going. Got some business for you too, potentially. So reach out to me also. So let's jump off the show. By the way, let me just click something right now. By the way, if you are watching me live, please just say hi in my chat. There's a live, you'll see it says live chat. So you can jump in there and you can type a message or like a post on social media. You can say, hey, Geno, this is so-and-so. I am watching you. We are live. We're watching you in the barbershop, watching you in the hair salon. I'm at the airport at my gate. I got a flight to catch, waiting to get home, or I'm on a business trip, or I'm in the laundromat doing laundry, or watching you on or you're watching me on your television, wherever. It's all good. So let's jump off the show. So if you are a big Mary J. Blige fan and Stevie Wonder fan, I got great news. No, they're not hooking up. They ain't getting married and like that. But Mary's got a new album coming out November 15th called Gratitude. All right, and Mary has got a very special tour she's doing, it really just to show the gratitude she says she has for her fans. And the tour is called For My Fans Tour. It is the For My Fans Tour. It's going to be starting in January. She's got Neo and Mario on the show. Now, Neo is catching some strays because apparently, you know, now with Diddy, it's like if you even took a picture with Diddy, folks are looking at you sideways. It's like really crazy. I'm going to need some of you all to take a really deep breath, okay? Just look, a lot of folks went to the parties. Everybody didn't go to the freak-offs, all right? So I'm just saying less before. Yeah, but then, you know, so apparently there's been some stuff in social media about Neo. Some folks call Neo like a little Diddy. So this is not about that. I'm a huge Mary fan. I'm going to see you, Mary. I don't give a damn if you got Neo, Mario, and Pinocchio on the damn show. I'm going to make sure I'm going to go see you because I am grateful for you and your music. We've grown up together in the industry way back in the early 90s. As a matter of fact, I go as far back, it was I was 91, 92, 93. I was doing a morning show in Pittsburgh, and I remember the whole Uptown crew, MCA, and when your debut, What's the 411 album came out, I was blown away. I'm like, man, this is the joint. So, and I had some friends that worked at MCA Records. So MCA had a distribution deal for Uptown, and that was back in the day. Andre Harrell was a young Diddy before it just really got crazy. So I'm a huge Mary fan. You know, even some folks are trying to look at Mary sideways. And Mary's like, look, all right, what we're not going to do, I am not going to engage in that foolishness. Whatever that fool was doing on his own time ain't got nothing to do with me. We had a business relationship, so y'all can just stop. Or keep going if you want to, but I'm minding my business, and I'm going out on tour, and I'm releasing my new album, and I'm staying busy, and y'all can have the foolishness and the nonsense if you want to. So, Mary, I'm not mad at you. You do your thing and can't wait. And Stevie Wonder fans, now I haven't seen any pictures of Stevie with Diddy. Stevie ain't really that kind of party dude anyway, you know, so just, you know, I never heard Stevie being at a Diddy party. If anything, Diddy would be trying to get to a Stevie Wonder party. But even out in LA, Stevie would, no. So, but I'm a huge Stevie Wonder fan. I used to work for a year. I did mornings. I did a morning show on his radio station that he still has out in Los Angeles, KJLH. Shout out to Andre Russell, Dre Russell, and all the crew, the staff out there, and Stevie. Huge fan. I'm so excited. But now it's only going to be a 10-city tour. So Stevie's tour is going to be called the Sing Your Song as We Fix America's Broken Heart. Sing Your Song as We Fix America's Broken Heart tour. Only 10 cities. In the month of October, Stevie said he wants to bring people together ahead of the November election. I love the idea, Stevie. If anybody can do it, you can. But good luck with that, because it's just we are living in a crazy time. So the 10 cities that Stevie is bringing the Sing Your Song as We Fix America's Broken Heart tour are Atlanta, Baltimore, Detroit, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Greensboro, North Carolina, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Minnesota, New York, Philadelphia, and the city that I did a morning show for 3 years back in the 90s. I was just talking about it. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is a beautiful city, by the way. So if you're living in any of those cities, get ready. I think you could get your tickets now. Just do a Google search. You can get those tickets. You can go to Mary J's website if you guys, because she hasn't officially announced the exact dates, but the tour, her tour, the For My Fans tour is going to kick off in January. She hasn't released the itinerary with the exact dates and cities, but get ready for that, because here comes MJB with her Giuseppe boots, her $1,300 Giuseppe boots that she gave a pair to Sherry Shepard. Shout out to Sherry Shepard, Chicago native, south side of Chicago, sister doing her thing with the Sherry show. And Sherry damn near lost her mind. We're like, oh, this big giant ass box of these beautiful gold, I don't know if they're really gold or rose gold, Giuseppe boots. So Giuseppe is this Italian designer with these really high-end women's boots. They're like knee-high. So he gave me an idea for a Christmas gift. That's all I'm going to say on that. But so shout out to Mary J. Blige. All right, let me shift gears here. So today is Tuesday, November 24th. We are exactly 6 days away from the general election day. Election day. However, election season is already here. Early voting is, even in person, early voting has already started in Virginia. There's still some court things going on in North Carolina. We are roughly about a little less than a month away from early voting here in South Carolina. That begins October 21st. So you need to check the Board of Elections, or who's ever in charge of voter registration, whoever runs the elections in your county. Usually it's like a county, state. You can go to, like here in South Carolina, they got scvotes.gov. But every state website, they've got information about voter registration, where you need to go to register to vote. And a lot of times it's by county. So you do a Google search, whatever county you live in. Like here, Charleston County, I live in Charleston County. There's a Charleston County Board of Elections. And they have a website, and they'll let you know everything you need to do if you want. First of all, check your voter registration status if you have registered to vote. Now, if you haven't registered to vote, you're running out of time. So you need to do that like yesterday and go to your county board of elections headquarters or website, or go to just the state you live in. Your state government has a website, and I'm sure there's a drop box and a link to get information about what I need to do to register to vote. So the information is out there. Or just do a quick Google search. Where do I register? Type this in. Where do I register to vote? And then type in your zip code, and it'll come up. 6 weeks. 6 weeks from today. 42 days away. November 5th, 6 weeks. But like I said, voting has already started. So election season is here. Don't wait until November 5th. It could be, if you live in the Midwest, it could be cold. Heck, Minneapolis, it could snow in November 5th. Even sometimes some early Novembers. Now you're not going to get like a blizzard in Chicago, but it could be cold enough to snow. So don't even mess around. Here in the Carolinas, hurricane season doesn't end until November 30th. So technically, we could still get a hurricane the first week of November. Not likely, but it's possible. It has happened. America has seen hurricanes hit the mainland in early November because the season doesn't end until November 30th. So don't wait. Anything can happen. You could come down with COVID. Just anything can happen. You get a flat tire. Vote early and take a whole bunch of folks with you. And check your voter registration status. Make sure you know exactly where you need to go vote, because people are playing games. Like in Georgia, they're kicking people off the rolls just randomly. Just some random ass people can just randomly pick your name and challenge you as a voter and have you kicked off or purged. Oh yeah, it's serious out here. So check all that now. Don't even wait. Now let me speak to the MAGA-loving black folks. I'm going to speak to all the MAGA cult in general, but I'm really targeting the MAGA-loving black folks, and I'm going to narrow it down. Brothers, I'm not coming for you. Well, look, if you're in that MAGA bull-ish, yeah, I am. I'm coming for you, but I'm just going to give it to you straight. Now, there's a small, because I've seen some numbers today, Vice President Kamala Harris has 85% of the black voters that were polled in this poll I saw today said they're going to vote for Vice President Kamala Harris. That's the range that, from Barack. Barack's high was like 96, and it was like lower 90s. Hillary was right around 90. Joe Biden was right around 90. So Vice President Kamala Harris is right there, 85 to 7% in the poll. So that means you still got some undecided. So Vice President Kamala Harris is going to be right around the 90% of black folks are going to vote for Kamala Harris. But let me just say this. To the 7% that's part of the MAGA cult, or just on some misogynistic or sexist patriarchal BS, I need you to understand something. Because I've even heard some conversations by us black folks. Well, those immigrants, be careful. Well, them Haitian immigrants. Now, you've got Chicago, all right? Here's an example. And New York had the same problem, but I think about Chicago, New York. You had these governors, Governor Hot Wheels in Texas, Greg Abbott. I'm wrong for that, but I don't care, because he's such an asshole, racist, sexist, misogynist asshole. And Governor dumbass DeSantis, Governor Death Wish, down there in Florida, called themselves trying to stick it to the blue states and the governors in like Illinois and New York and the mayors, like Governor Brandon Johnson, Governor. So the governor of Illinois, of course, is Mr. Pritzker. And the governor, Kathy Hochul, is the governor of New York City. But the mayor, you got Mayor Brandon Johnson, a black male, and you got another black male who's the mayor of New York. So the mayors of Chicago and New York, two black men mayors. Even though my man, New York's mayor, complicated. I'm just gonna leave it at that because this conversation is not about Eric Adams, not at all. It's about those black people who echo and who repeat the anti-black racist rhetoric that the MAGA cult, the white nationalists and the MAGA cult do. And they love that when they can get a black person to be like Governor Warnock was talking about the Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, that clown who's running to be the governor of North Carolina, who said he's a black Nazi and called Dr. King a effing commie bastard and said that, slavery, he wished slavery would come back and he would buy a few slaves himself. And he's been in pulpits condemning homosexuality and just the LGBTQ community. And then we found out that he has been on this back in the day. So first of all, I found out something interesting today. So you would think, who is this dude, Mark Robinson, this black guy? Where did he come from? Did he go to law school? Had he been in local government or state government in North Carolina? The dude worked at a pizza place. This is true. Real talk, real story. Mark Robinson, who's the current lieutenant governor of North Carolina, worked at a pizza place, I think called Mario's. And it looks like he ate up a whole lot of the damn profits and still eating up all the profits at this pizza joint. Mr. Pizza. They had a Mr. Pillow guy, the pillow guy, Mr. Pillow. So they went from Mr. Pillow to Mr. Pizza. Mr. Pizza Man, Mark Robinson, worked at a pizza parlor. And somehow he was posting, he's just saying a lot of anti-black racist rhetoric. And when it's coming from a black person, the MAGA cult and the racists and the white nationalists love this. So somehow he wound up running, I guess all the MAGA crowd said, look at this black guy. See, he's saying what we're saying. See, we're not racist. Look, a black man said it. So they grabbed him up, put money behind him. He ran because apparently in North Carolina, the governor and the lieutenant governor, they run separately. It's not like a lot of states. Like in a lot of states, the governor and the lieutenant governor run like the president and vice president. They run as a ticket together. But apparently North Carolina is not like that. So anyway, Mark Robinson, he ran and he won. But all this stuff about, and he was, like I said, this video of him condemning, calling homosexuality filth, and bisexuality and trans people, they're filth. On video, you can Google it. Right here, you can find it on YouTube. It turns out this dude is admitting under like some kind of like pseudonym, but they found out because they like traced his emails, everything back to him. And he's on there bragging that he likes to watch transgender pornography. Now, this is the same dude that's condemning pornography and condemning the LGBTQ community and lifestyle. But, dude, here you are talking about you sitting getting your rocks off watching, transgender porn. So make it make sense. Pick one. It's your business. Live your life. Live your truth. But don't stand in front of the pulpit and don't stand in front of people talking about, the homosexuality and the LGBT community are the filth. And here you are, you watching the filth on a regular with a box of pizza at some like adult store they had. So anyway, So much of Mark Robinson, but the point I want to talk about is the anti-immigrant, especially with the Haitian community, especially in Springfield, Ohio, because we know about the lies that the MAGA cult started, that Owen Hitler and his dumbass vice presidential candidate, J.D. Vance, jackass, dumbass, the J.D. stands for jackass, dumbass Vance. And then J.D. Vance admitted on CNN, it's like, if I have to create a story to make the news media pay attention to what we want you to pay attention to. And it was like a Freudian slip because he said it so fast and he didn't even realize what he said. And then Dana Bash, the anchor and reporter at CNN, said, so you saying that you created the story about the Haitian immigrants who are there legally. They're not illegal. First of all, nobody's illegal, but they are not undocumented. The Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio are there legally because the businesses. It was the business community in Springfield, Ohio, who couldn't get the people that was living there. The white folks that was living there, either they got old and retired and their kids was like, man, we up out of here. Ain't no future, ain't no jobs, no opportunity. So their kids got the hell up out of there. So as these white people, older white people in Springfield, the majority, because it was a majority white community, that's why they got a bug up their ass now. So they're retiring, but these businesses are like, hey, we need workers. So they welcome the Haitians who are able to go ahead and get special visas because of just everything they were facing, the persecution and the violence in Haiti. So Springfield, Ohio, that business community went out and recruited them, say, hey, come here. We got, cost of living is low, come on down. And about 15,000 plus came, and then the racists really got a bug up their ass. So anyway, I have seen and heard some black people say, well, the immigration problem on the border. So let me just set the record straight. Here are the facts. President Joe Biden has actually deported more people than Orange Hitler did. Barack Obama deported and sent people back across the border, deported more people than Orange Hitler. So for all you all to believe that somehow Orange Hitler, because he's talking about, he will basically, like virtually on day one, he is going to do what I've been telling you this in Project 2025. He is going to militarize local police. So he's going to send the federal government, he's going to send the military to what he calls, he's going to end sanctuary cities. He said this, the other night, some rally. I'm going to make it illegal to have a sanctuary city. No sanctuary cities is going to be illegal. I'm going to send the federal government, so you're going to send the military to cities that allow not just undocumented people, but people who are either documented, temporary status. And so we're going to be asking people for their papers. You're going to be rounding people up. But this is why it's very dangerous, and I really want to address the black MAGA cult. And the black MAGA men in the cult. Now, I know some of y'all so far gone, you ain't going to listen to this anyway, but I'm going to call bullshit. Okay, so what you need to understand is that I could be Haitian. You got Haitians my complexion. You got Haitians twice as dark as me. You got some Haitians almost twice as light as me. So who's to say if Orange Hitler gets back in the White House and he sends the U.S. military to your city to round up and deport and to put in internment camps, to detain. It's called detention camps. That's the word they're going to use, detention camps. Who's to say they won't grab your black ass? Because the Supreme Court has already told Orange Hitler that anything that he calls an official act, he has complete immunity for it. So he may say, well, yeah, we want to round up some of these undocumented folks, but I think some of these black folks, I need to question question your legal status. And he could just make up some shit, and they say, yeah, they look Haitian, or they look like they could be a threat to our democracy. Let's round them up. So be very careful, because when you start echoing and saying this same racist shit about immigrants, now, we were forced immigrants. Our ancestors did not ask to come here, didn't volunteer. But this is a nation of immigrants. So if anybody has a right to tell everybody to get, you ain't got to go home, but you need to get the hell up out of here because this is not your home, it's the Native American brothers and sisters. And some of the Hispanic brothers and sisters are those in Mexico, because parts of Mexico, why you think New Mexico is called New Mexico, parts of Arizona and Southern California, the border, they didn't cross the border. And you could talk to some Mexican brothers and sisters that know their history. They will tell you that part of America, they didn't cross the border. The border crossed over them, basically, and took their land. The whole thing about the Alamo. So be very, 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 very careful, because if you think if Orange Hitler gets back in power, and if you think that he's going to stop at illegal aliens, he's always he wants to be able to question the legal status of anybody. They could just make some shit up. They started rounding up our Haitian brothers and sisters. Who's to say they won't grab you and me? How would they know? They can say, well, you look like the rest of them. We think you're Haitian. We're going to detain you for as long as we want, because we can do it because Orange Hitler, he becomes president. The Supreme Court said that when it comes to official acts, and he can say, my official act, here's an executive order. I need to round up everybody everyone that we suspect, there's your key word, suspect, to be here illegally. And that suspicion could just be the way you look or the way you talk. So if you don't think that they will eventually come for your black ass, even if you are kissing the MAGA ass, you are sadly mistaken, because eventually they will come for you too. And to the white MAGA cult and crowd, don't think that you got a pass, because if you're not sufficiently kissing the ass of the dictator and their leader, they'll round your ass up too. Oh yeah. Because remember, this is the same country that passed anti-immigration laws to keep out the Irish and the Italian immigrants and the Chinese immigrants and the Jewish immigrants, even back right around the time of Nazi Germany. There was a significant population of Americans who basically believed in the whole Nazi ideology. There were Nazis, big rallies. There are pictures from like the late 20s. Orange Hitler's daddy Trump, there's pictures of him being at a big Klan rally in Madison Square Garden in New York. So it's amazing, in America, people forget who are considered white. Their ancestors who immigrated from Ireland and Italy and from Eastern European Jews from all those Eastern European countries and from China. Y'all do know that they weren't crazy about, there were anti-immigration laws. You can go look it up. You can Google it. They didn't want the Irish immigrants. They didn't want the Italian immigrants. They didn't want the Jewish immigrants. No, Hitler, they were saying, Hitler, wasn't a bad guy. Like I said, you had Nazis like probably maybe right around a million. There were at least hundreds of thousands, if not a few million, Americans who basically believed in just the whole ideology of the original Hitler, who are even identified as Nazis here in America. Man, do your homework. Google that. So we as black folks be very careful, because the way this white nationalists, the MAGA cult, when you hear these racist white folks as part of that MAGA cult, when they speak, talk about the Haitian immigrants, were stealing people's cats and dogs and eating them, and they're bringing, I've seen Trump say it, well, and they're bringing AIDS. Same lies they were spreading about Haitians in the 80s. So please understand, to my black MAGA brothers, what they say about the Haitian immigrants, that is what they are saying about your black ass. I promise you. Now, if you want to buy into that, then good luck. But we're not going to have you take down the whole culture because of whatever self-hatred that you harbor for yourself, whatever inferiority complex or whatever self-hatred that you have. You need to get a therapist for that. But I'm just giving it to you straight, no chaser. And while you tripping about Kamala Harris and people talking about, her earrings had some little, people could speak to her like there were speakers in her ear, like a little two-way system to where the people at ABC could kind of talk to her and give her the question. She didn't need, listen, this woman has prosecuted all types of criminals. And how did that explain your boy Orange Hitler, who couldn't answer a damn question? So I'm calling out and it is not the majority, it is nowhere near the majority of black men, because I'm specifically speaking to black men. Like I said, I saw the numbers, the latest numbers I saw today. Kamala Harris, 85% of black Americans. So the numbers I saw, there's still a majority of white Americans are in this poll. I forgot the exact number, but Vice President Kamala Harris is at least in the 40s. Low 40, I think, 42, 43% of white voters that they polled said they were going to vote for Kamala Harris. The high 40s said they're going to vote for Orange Hitler. Now, I heard one poll today that 50% of white women still said they were going to vote for Orange Hitler. That's why even after he has bragged about putting justices on the Supreme Court, to have these justices take away the Supreme Court decision, strike down Roe versus Wade, that have allowed all these Southern Confederate MAGA states to create all these abortion bans, 6-week abortion bans, that literally have killed women like Amber Nicole Thurman in Georgia. There was another sister in Georgia. There's been so many, too many stories of women, black, white, Hispanic. But the latest story was this sister. She was 28, got pregnant, Amber Nicole Thurman, beautiful, had a 6-year-old son. Took the abortion pill, but there were complications, and she needed a process called a D&C, like D like David, and like the and symbol, D&C. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to try to D&C. You can just Google it. But something that's been going on, women who miscarry, women who have something called, I believe, I'm not an OBGYN. I do, there's some things where some women have what they call, my grandmother used to say, a woman got pregnant in her tubes. It's called an ectopic pregnancy, where that unborn fetus winds up in the fallopian tubes instead of the uterus. It can be dangerous. Someone I knew 30 years ago lost her life because of an ectopic pregnancy. So DNCs have been just a common part of women's health care, because unfortunately, miscarriages is relatively common. And for black women, the maternal mortality rate is 3 to 4 times higher than it is for white women. So Orange Hitler has blood on his hands, along with all these governors, including the governor right in the state of South Carolina, Henry McMaster. They had to place these abortion bans, and all the politicians that voted for it, they had blood on their hands, because they have literally endangered, and in some cases, created a climate where doctors are afraid to save their own patients' lives for fear that they may go to jail. So Orange Hitler, you've got the blood of Amber Nicole Thurman, and unfortunately, all the other women that have died from complications because they couldn't get the proper health care because of these abortion bans. And for the MAGA cult and for the MAGA black men, that woman could be your wife, it could be your daughter, it could be your granddaughter, it could be your niece. Understand that. It could be a woman that you love. It'll be a whole different story then. Be very, very careful. Once again, the way that Donald Trump, AKA Orange Hitler, and JD, the JD stands for jackass, dumbass, Vance, the way the outright racist, inhumane attitude, the way that they speak about the Haitian community, these Haitian brothers and sisters, like they are subhuman, that they steal your cats and dogs and eat them, and that they're bringing AIDS. The dehumanization of these Haitian brothers and sisters, that is what they think about you. That's what they think about your black ass, bro. Now I'm giving it to you straight. You can get mad. You can come on the show and we can have that conversation. But please understand, with all your misogyny and sexism and patriarchy, and if you think that this white patriarchy is going to save you, because those in power, those white men in power from centuries ago, the ones who wrote the original Constitution, saw your black ass as 3/5 human. And they never even mentioned the word woman in the Constitution. Said all men were created equal, but black men were 3/5 human. Negroes, the Negro was 3/5 human, and never even mentioned the word about a woman in the Constitution. So be very careful. You're trying to cozy up and kisses to this MAGA cult, thinking that you're going to get some money in the end. They will never see you as their equal. You can make a fool out of yourself like Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson and eat all the pizza and sit around and watch all the transgender porn and then get in front of people and cameras and talk about how transgenderism and the LGBTQ community is filth. The ultimate hypocrisy. Publicly, you can rail, oh, it's filth. But then you participate in the filth. So what is it? Which one is it, dude? Be true to yourself. Don't lie. The BS ain't nothing. But just be very careful. And really, that goes to all black folks and people of color too. And even this white MAGA cult, if you don't think that they will eventually come for your ass, as closing evidence, I will give you January 6, 2021, where the MAGA cult and Orange Hitler sent the MAGA cult that persisted, that contained, that was made up by probably 98%, 98, 99% of white men. And that MAGA cult, that mob, that giant act of treason, insurrectionists, was sent down to the U.S. Capitol by Orange Hitler's punk ass. He said, well, and I'm going to go with you. But he didn't go. He went back to the White House and he sat and he watched it for over 3 hours, 180 minutes, and watched it and didn't do a damn thing. And he sent them down to the U.S. Capitol. And what did they do? They came for a white man who had been part of the cult for 4 years, who said, listen, enough is enough. I'm going to certify the election. And they said, chanting the MAGA cult, hang Mike Pence, and came with a hangman's gallows with a noose, looking for Mike Pence. And he literally had to run for his life with the Secret Service, rushing his ass out of the U.S. Capitol. So even for you MAGA cult members, white dudes with your Trump flag and your Trump t-shirt and your Trump sneakers and your Trump coin and your Trump draws and your Trump steaks and your Trump everything, and you have been conned and duped, because this dude is just a little two-bit hustler, and he's selling everything. Bibles, you got your Trump Bible, and you cannot see that you are a mark, as they say, that you are ripe to be conned. It's a big con. Some people call it grift. It's a hustle. On the south side of Chicago, we call it a hustle. He has been hustling and using racism, fear, sexism, misogyny, patriarchy to keep hustling people out of millions and millions of dollars. And you can't even see it. Man, it's really bad for the black brothers, this part of the MAGA cult. I'm speaking to you as one black man to another. The way he talks about him and J.D. Vance and those white men in the MAGA cult talk about the Haitian immigrants and the other brown, darker immigrants that's coming across the southern border, including the ones, because now Orange Hitler, Trump is on this thing about they're coming from the Congo. Oh, what do the people look like that come from the Congo? Why is he always targeting countries that are predominantly black? Back in the day, he said, when he was in office, he said African countries and Caribbean nations, predominantly black, were shithole countries. That's what he said. And y'all still talking about, the economy was better. Bullshit. Listen, Donald Trump inherited the economy that Barack Obama saved after George W. Bush and rebuilt. And he was handed that, and he was handed a blueprint to deal with the pandemic, but because it was the Negro that had the plan, he threw it away. Hence, he mismanaged and lied about COVID pandemic 4 years ago today, September 24th. Thousands and thousands of people, Americans, our brothers and sisters, our parents, our children, our neighbors, our co-workers, our church members, our fraternity and sorority sisters and brothers were dying because he mismanaged. Trump did, and he lied about the pandemic. He knew it was airborne. He lied about that. And he lied to a reporter, this legendary reporter named Bob Woodward, and Bob Woodward got it on tape. You can go listen to it right now. Trump knew he knew COVID was really bad. He knew it was airborne, and he lied. He got in front of cameras and saying, oh, it's nothing worse. Oh, it's like the cold. Then he said it'll just magically disappear. Then he said the Democrats made it up to hurt his re-election campaign. And then he told people to drink bleach, inject bleach and Lysol, and shine an ultraviolet light down their throat. Man, you need to remember this, because Election Day, General Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. 6 weeks from today. But Election Day really is already here. Because like I said, in Virginia, I think now, I don't know what the court case, I don't know, but in North Carolina, early voting was supposed to start about a week and a half ago. So early voting will be between now and I'd say the next 3 to 4 weeks. Early voting here begins October 21st. But the next couple of weeks, early voting is going to begin in many states across America. Don't wait. I'm going to need y'all to line up like you're going to see the Super Bowl. Line up like you're going to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm going to need you to line up like you're going to the Essence Festival to see Frankie Beverly and Maze one more time if we could. I'm going to need you to line up and show up and take a whole bunch of folks, rent a party bus, get a church bus, get an old Greyhound bus. I don't give a damn how you take everybody. Take a car caravan, all the Slingshot Club and the Corvette clubs and all the other Ferrari clubs and Lamborghini, whatever kind of club, the Pinto clubs, car clubs, everybody, motorcycle clubs, show up in mass and vote early and really shake up Orange Hitler and this MAGA cult. But be careful, MAGA cult black men. Be careful. Because if you don't think that your MAGA brothers with the Trump hat and the Trump t-shirt and the Trump flag, if you don't think they really think about you, if you don't think that they really say the same things about you that they say about the illegal Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, everything that they say, all the racist, dehumanizing shit they say about the Haitian immigrants, they are saying it about you. Just think about that. I'm going to leave that there. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. Before I get out of here, what's happening, Joel? How are you? Joel Jones, of course, my number one fan. My mother married. Hey, mother, I love you. Joel, thank you for watching. Everybody, thank you for watching the show. God bless each and every one of you, and especially you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live, Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. 5:30 Chicago, 3:30 p.m. live in Los Angeles. Subscribe, share, screen grab, rip some of the video, take some of this monologue, make it go viral. Like, binge watch all my back episodes. Once again, I need you to spread the word for me. So October is the 4th birthday. 4 years. The Geno Jones Show will be 4 years old beginning of October. So the month of October is our 4th anniversary celebration. Big things. There'll be no live shows, but I think I'm going to do some little special shorts, live shorts that you will see here on YouTube. But the full episodes, there'll be no live full episodes from October the 4th, and I return on the 11th of October. So, but you can always binge watch all my back episodes. Continue to spread the word. Tell everybody to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. My goal is to get 1,000 additional new subscribers. I'm a YouTube partner now, but I want to go to that next level. I want to go to that Shannon Sharp Club, Shay, get that big YouTube bag supporting my media company, Geno Media. By the way, if you'd like to be an advertiser or sponsor, I'd love to have you as an advertiser or sponsor of the Geno Jones Show. You can go to my Gmail, Geno, no the, just Geno without the Geno Jones Show at Gmail. Please leave your comments in the comments section for this and every episode. So subscribe, share, screen grab, rip some of the video, like, binge watch all my back episodes, and leave your comments in the comments section for this. So Joel, do me a favor. And hello, The Great Hustle 843, how are you? You too, Great Hustle 843. Please leave your comments along with Joel Jones and everybody else. Leave your comments in the comments section. All right. Even the the brothers that are part of the MAGA cult. Yeah, I want to hear from you. Let's have this conversation. Absolutely. Because I see and hear what you're saying on social media about Kamala Harris and this and that. All right, listen, I'm going to say, I've been saying something on this, I've been saying a lot, I know, but there's been one constant theme that I've had, and it was just interesting. I didn't know that Hillary Clinton watches the Geno Jones show, but I heard Hillary Clinton say something about a week ago, a little over a week ago. I think she was all over MSNBC. I think she was on with Rachel Maddow, and she was on Morning Joe. It comes on in the morning with Mika Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough. And Hillary said, this election is a choice between freedom and your oppression. And I said, damn, I didn't know Hillary Clinton watches the Geno Jones show. Because those who watch me on a regular basis, I have been telling you, I've been telling everybody, including the black men of the MAGA cult and some black women in there too. Absolutely. It ain't just the brothers, but the brothers, you know, they've been, some of them, you know, with their full chest. But then I've seen a couple women that's, you know, kind of sticking their chest out too. You can F around and find out if you want to, but this election is a choice. It is really beyond political ideology. It is a choice between your freedom and your oppression, and the freedom of your family and friends, or the oppression of your freedom. Your oppression, or the oppression of your family and friends. Real simple. It's a choice between your freedom and your oppression. Even Hillary Clinton got that. It's that simple, guys. That's what Project 2025 is, a 922-page blueprint, booklet, in detail, how they plan to strip everybody of their rights and to oppress an entire nation. Not just black folks, but to really go hard on black folks and people of color and women, because they've already gone after women's reproductive freedoms. Women make up a little over half of the population. So half of the population has lost all of their personal freedoms when it comes to decide what to do with their body. Men would never tolerate that. I don't give a damn. Listen, Jesus, Muhammad, Abraham, name all the gods could come, Jehovah could come down there in the flesh and tell men, oh, yeah, well, yeah, we think we want to, you should, you know, the government should be able to tell you what to do with your body. And men would look at all of them and tell Jesus, Abraham, Muhammad, Moses, you name it, Jehovah, all y'all ass is crazy. Y'all are not going to tell me or let the government tell me what to do with my body. Men would never tolerate it. Not for a second. But these old men are the ones that's sitting back trying to tell women what they can do with their body. And it has cost women their lives. And the bad part is that karma is real. Ask Diddy about that karma. Ask Harvey Weinstein about that karma. Ask Matt Lauer about karma. Ask R. Kelly about karma, okay? It's real. It's really real. The energy you put out into the universe is going to come back to you. And these same lawmakers, and they don't even give a damn. That same woman who could need like a procedure, like a DNC, to save her life because she wanted to have a baby, but for whatever reason, she had a miscarriage or the baby was stillborn, and that she needed that procedure to save her life. But because she is living in a state where they have banned abortion and they have taken women's reproductive freedoms and stripped them of women's health care. See, if it was their daughter, instead of Amber Nicole Thurman, that 28-year-old sister, the black woman in Georgia, in Atlanta, if it was one of those white lawmakers in Georgia, if it was Brian Kemp, the governor, if it was his daughter, I guarantee you he would have her ass on a plane to New York or Chicago, and she would have got that DNC. But they don't give a damn about your daughter, your sister, your wife, or you. All right, I'm out of here. I'm on a roll today. All right, what's up, Great Hustle? What you got to say? Let me read some of the comments. What have we not survived? Okay. Great Hustle. I think, I don't know you by that name, but listen, I'm not going to go back and forth with you about the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party 150 years ago, 160 years ago, was the MAGA cult, but it is not now. And really, all the real true now MAGA racist Democrats. Now, yeah, you still got some current Democrats that, have their levels of racism are Great Hustle, and you know that. But the MAGA cult, if you are a raving, stark raving, racist, misogynist, sexist, anti-Semite, anti-Muslim, anti-LGBTQ person, not all of them, not every MAGA cult member, but most, but I would venture to say the vast majority. The vast majority. That's what they say. Well, not every Republican is racist, but if you are a racist, more likely than not, you're going to be a Republican. But now the Republican Party is, you may have known, the George W. Bush Republican Party, his daddy H.W. Bush Republican Party, even the Mitt Romney Republican Party, even the Ronald Reagan with his racist ass, that Republican Party, it don't exist. It is a cult. It is a cult that is determined to allow one cult member to be the dictator. So with all the flaws that this iteration of the Democratic Party, you can go back and criticize every Democrat from Biden to Barack, President Obama to Clinton. You cannot compare it. Even all the way back, because we forget that Donald Trump, we saw Donald Trump in 2008. Yes, in the 2008 presidential election, we saw Donald Trump. He just had on lipstick and heels. It was Sarah Palin. She was the original MAGA cult member because all that racist shit that she was saying and she was filling up arenas and folks was cheering, all them racists really felt emboldened and energized and empowered. And Owen Hitler, he just became Sarah Palin in drag. The same energy, that same MAGA cult energy that's rooted in racism and hate. So whatever you want to say about the Democratic Party, it is no conversation because this is not about a political party. Grand Hustle 843, and you're smart enough to know it. So you can F around and find out if you want to. Read Project 2025. These people are clear. You are a woman. If you have a daughter, you have a niece, your daughter and your niece, they have less rights today than you had right here in South Carolina. You got a governor that signed off on a 6-week abortion ban. You got a governor that refused to take federal money to feed children who got school lunches over the summertime, and they claim that they are pro-life. You are pro-birth because you want white people to have more babies because you're upset that the majority of America is going to be consisting of quote-unquote non-white Americans. When the whole concept of race, this concept of whiteness is made up bullshit to begin with. And that's a whole different show that I talked about it. So it is a choice between your freedom and your oppression. And the cult, not only are they telling you and they're showing it to you every time Orange Hitler gets his dumb ass in front of a camera, he's telling you what he's going to do. He's telling you that he's going to have these largest mass deportation roundup in American history, and we're going to deport people, and we're going to detain them, and we're going to send the federal government. That means he's going to send the military, and that's in Project 2025. You can find it. Just Google it. Look at the index. He said he's going to end there in Project 2025. They said they want to militarize local police. That means they're going to have the U.S. military take over local policing. And if you understand anything about the military, you got anybody in your family that's in the military, they will explain to you that the American military has never been trained to police its own people, because the military, the U.S. military, they are trained to kill the enemy. Full stop. That's the real. I got to get out of here. Thank you for letting me be. Well, okay. All right. No, Great Hustle 843. Show me the current Democrat that says all the racist shit that J.D. Vance and Donald Trump says. Find the video. Find the current person in the Democratic Party, federal, state, or local office that says all the racist. Show me the senator. Show me the U.S. House of Representative member that says all the racist shit that from Rafael Ted Cruz to J.D. Vance, who's a U.S. senator, to Orange Hitler. Just show me the video. You can share it on my channel. Show me the video. Show me the video. And Great Hustle 843, you are still missing it. It is beyond a political party. You know, there's only one party. There's only one party that believes in this flawed, and it's very flawed, democracy. With the racism and the misogyny and the sexism, but it is levels to this. And there in no way on nobody's earth can you compare the racism, the virulent racism and the virulent misogyny and sexism, the anti-blackness, the anti-woman sentiment, the anti-immigrant, the anti-Semitism, the anti-Muslim, the hate, bigotry, misogyny, sexism, and patriarchy that this MAGA cult, it is no, Republicans are telling you that. You saw all the, Dick Cheney, Darth Vader himself, Mr. Architect of the war, we wound up looking for Saddam, first of all, we were supposed to go after the folks, Bin Laden, in Afghanistan, in the mountains, in Afghanistan, Tora Bora, and somehow we wound up finding, what's old boy's name? Saddam Hussein in a hole. How did we wind up in Iraq? So Dick Cheney, Mr. Waterboarding, Mr. Enhanced Interrogation, Torture, the king of torture, Dick Cheney, when you have gone too far for even Dick Cheney to be like, whoa, time out, I'm tapping out. This dude is on a whole different level. When Dick Cheney is like, nah, I'm gonna have to vote for it. Dick Cheney, I'm gonna have to vote for the black woman over a white man, because this white man has lost his damn mind. That right there should tell you everything you need to know, that this election, it is not about political ideology. You are choosing between your freedom. I'm breaking it all the way down. All the way down. I'm giving it to you straight, no chaser. I'm giving you the old school Bacardi 151 proof with no Coca-Cola to chase it. Straight, no chasers. My grandfather and the late Joe Madison would say, I'm going to put it where the ghost can get it. It is a choice. Now, so you can harp about the Democrats, but who you need to worry about is this MAGA cult that has already taken away your reproductive freedoms. And if you think they're going to stop there, my sister, you are sadly mistaken. You won't have any rights. You won't be able to vote. You won't be able to finance. You won't be able to finance a library book in the library. Only 50 years ago, women couldn't get credit in their own name. They couldn't purchase a house. They couldn't get a line of credit. Do you forget that? This MAGA cult, they don't want women to have the right to vote. You can F around and find out if you want to. I'm just kind of trying to give it to you straight. When people show you, and not only show you, Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. But when they show you, when they tell you constantly over and over, looking in the camera like I am looking at you right now, and then when they publish it in a 922-page booklet, what don't you get? It ain't a secret. So your energy is misplaced, because I hear you talk a lot about Democrats, but I don't hear you speaking anything about this cult that has already taken away your freedoms. And if you have daughters or nieces or granddaughters, your daughters have less freedoms than you have. That should bother you. And do you think that this cult is going to stop there? Do you really think this cult is going to stop there? And you hear how this cult speaks of the Haitian brothers and sisters who were here illegally, who immigrated out of duress and survival from Haiti, who were recruited. The business community in Springfield, Ohio, reached out to these Haitian brothers and sisters, said, please, we have jobs. These white folks, the old retiring, the young folks left town. We've got businesses and we need workers. Please come to our town. That's what happened. And what happened? Those are the part of the MAGA cult in Springfield, Ohio, and Ohio in general, and a lot of them are coming from out of state. Demonized, lied about these Haitians, and all the racist, hateful, dehumanizing things they're saying about Haitians. 843 Great Hustle, they're saying about you too, you and me. I'm out here. Everybody, I love you. Thank you for watching. Shout out to Mr. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out on Instagram, on IG. Kel, Kelbecutttinup, Kel be cutting up. Allie Jones, she is the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check out Allie Jones and her Lexi Jones collection on IG, on Instagram. She is a future she's a fashion designer and a future superstar. Look out, Tamron Hall. You need to get Allie Jones on your show. I know you got that segment about future designers. You need somebody, screen grab this, send this to Tamron Hall. You need to get Allie Jones on your show. Just go to her Instagram page. She is fabulous. LX.NCL _ on IG, on Instagram. L like Lexi, X like extra, N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi _ on Instagram. And check out Bruce Gage, part of the Mario Uomo collection. Mario Uomo is an Italian surname, so it's got the W like W sound, but it's U. Mario, M-A-R-I-O, Uomo. U like umbrella, O like Oprah, M like Mary, O like opera. Mario Uomo, also the Flyball collection. Just type that in on Instagram. Just do an Instagram search, Mario Uomo or Flyball, the store's Flyball collection. I will see you live. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Please screen grab some of the monologue. This monologue was fire. So Great Hustle. Yep, I see. Thank you for watching anyway. I love having these debates. I hope you think about what I said. Everybody from Great Hustle 843, shout out to Joe Jones, of course, Mary Dixon, my mom, and everybody else. Thank you. Thank you for watching, everybody. I love each and every one of you. I will see you live Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.